Now for the Wired Nerdy Podcast with your hosts Keith and Doug. Let's get nerdy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Wired Nerdy Podcast. This is season number 3, episode number 26. My name is Keith. It is a morning recording, so you're getting slow, Keith. I'll warm up as we get going here. You awake, Doug? I think you're more of a morning person than me.
I'm more of a morning person. I tried to do my hair a little bit. I got my coffee. I should be good to go.
You got that cool Superman loop thing going on there in the forehead.
I've had a cowlick for a long time.
Dude, you know me too. That's why my hair's always like standing up in the front. Back when I was a youngin', I used to embrace the cowlick, and I always had this. If you look at any school picture, I had this massive wave. It literally looked like an ocean wave. I would comb it back and then push it forward, and it looked like a perfect wave on the front of my head because of the cowlick. So I feel your pain. That's my point.
I'm not very stylish. I need to step up my game a little bit.
No, I think you're doing just fine. The other thing that I notice here, and I don't know if we mentioned it last podcast because we forgot, but the podcast before, I made fun of you a little bit because your jinky little light that you had went out on you, and you were in the darkness, and I threw the Bane edit in. I thought that was kind of fun. Oh. Today, you're well lit. You were well lit last time. That's change number 1. What happened?
Well, I had to have a light, we're not in a professional studio, but you still got to see my face a little bit, see the stuff.
We try.
And then if you notice, and I have to give an apology, the cat vision is over. We actually had a friend that was in need of a couch pretty bad, so I gave our couch away, helping somebody out. And with that, I pushed my desk back a lot. You've got a nice new scenery a little bit closer.
I like it.
For those, your brother, my flag is going to be adjusted. Don't worry, it's kind of offset. So,
I like it, man. Like, you look like you're representing. Like, even though it's a little off-centered, like, dude, it's so cool. Like,
I'm kind of out of the way. Maybe off-center is good. Yeah.
You're kind of in the corner. You're out of the way. I love the sign, by the way. That thing is amazing. If I had like an office myself, I'd probably do something like that as well. You just need to fill the one little side over your left shoulder, just a little bit there.
Right up here somewhere.
Yeah. Or if you want to put stuff along the side of the Wired Nerdy thing, you can. But I think it looks great. I mean it.
Oh, well, thank you.
It looks really nice. So, and you were able to help somebody in need, which is honestly the coolest thing of all of it. So I think that's awesome. So, boy, we have a fun one today. So you ready to do some nerd news first?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, let's cue up the news.
Nerd news.
Yeah, as you're pulling up this first one, I was able to watch most of it. I got a little distracted, but Nintendo had their Direct showcase. And the one thing I took out of all of it, and the one thing we talked about, I think, with our friends group, is prices are going up. But not to go to that yet, there's some pretty good titles coming out.
There are. I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff coming down the way. Getting the article open here at a decent clip for us. There we go. Which one do you want to? You want to
start top, work our way down?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because I hadn't walked away through that. So
I think with every year we get a new Madden edition. So was this Madden 26?
Yeah. Well,
the Eagles are on the cover.
It's a big deal too because the Switch has not traditionally had Madden. That's a big deal. Yeah. So people are really excited about that. They can play it on the go. I mean, you could have done that before, I guess, if you got it on PC and did like a, Stream Deck or something.
Now, the one thing I'll say as we scroll down is I am seeing a trend, and I don't know if you are as well, but I am seeing a huge trend of Japanese animes and RPGs and stuff coming out. You go in waves of like first-person shooters, but I'm seeing this huge trend of kind of going back to an artistic graphic style and RPGs. I don't know if you've noticed that.
I have, but remember, Nintendo's a Japanese company. They've always done this. The difference is what do they decide to release to the American market versus the Japanese market? And I do think that they're finding out that Americans really do enjoy these games culturally. And I think you're mentioning like one of them is The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales. I'm not as familiar with this one, but you're right. There's a whole slew of them. I'll hit the play here for a quick second.
And I love the fact that as we're watching this video, it's kind of Super Nintendo-esque styling. And, we've said time and time before, we won't harp on it much, but you don't have to have the best, realistic graphics.
Yeah, Brian and I were talking about this the other night. The game Octo Traveler Path has this style where it's like Super Nintendo sprite characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think they call it an HD 2D perspective, or I've heard it as a 2.5. And what's cool is it's in the Unreal Engine, so all of the backgrounds are 3D, as you can see, like in front of you. But the characters are very Super Nintendo like. I personally love this stuff. This game looks great, honestly. I hadn't seen this video all the way through. Now I'm looking at it, I'm like, actually it looks really good. Very Chrono Cross combined with Octo Traveler Path and Dragon Warrior-esque. I love the style. I think they're doing great.
Very good.
Yeah, I think people love these games, and you're right. That's why they're probably going after them. So, but we can keep on clicking through here because they had a little bit. Oh, there's Octo Traveler Path. I just mentioned.
You just said that. Yeah,
yeah. This one's 0. There's been a 1 and a 2, and this is 0. I'm going to assume
it's got the same art style. It looks really good.
Yeah, and it's your nemesis, Square Enix. You know. With your diecast, the Dreamcast you didn't get.
I mean, I get that they canceled my order, but it's still wrong.
I'm triggering him, everybody, today. So
the next.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, you can see this is very similar.
It is
style of what we just saw. So, all right, next one.
Yeah, next one is Outlaws. Now, I've played the first one. It was really, really good.
Wait.
Or nope. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Jedi Survivor.
I'm pausing you. I was going to say, no, you didn't.
I'm backing up. Yeah. I have not played this. Yeah.
This is the crappy one. When I say crappy, let me be fair. I didn't play it, but it got absolutely annihilated and bombed in reviews because of the glitch. This is the one where it shows her like walking through those stormtroopers. Like when it launched, it had such a dismal launch to it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I will probably play this when it gets super cheap, at some point, but I don't know. I think they're trying to make their money back. They did so bad with it on the other consoles.
Yeah, I think the little alien creature confused me with Jedi Survivor because he's got his little robot buddy.
Oh, his robot buddy. Yeah, this one has like a pet. That's what this one is with Outlaws. Yeah. But it's coming to Switch. If you're interested, you can check it out. This one I am excited about, and it's one of the few games I've seen so far that makes me think, maybe I shouldn't have got rid of my Switch. And this is Final Fantasy Tactics. Did you play this on the PlayStation?
I played a little bit of it. Now, I haven't played the full Final Fantasy games. So I've got a lot of hate from you and your brother, but
no, not from me because I haven't played them.
Oh, okay. Maybe Brian did. Yeah.
I went back and I started playing them. About a year ago, and just because I never played them through. I did play this one, even though I didn't play the series. I played this one on the PlayStation 1. And the reason why, I'm a sucker for turn-based strategy and very XCOM-like. That's what this reminds me of. And so I really liked it. But I love that they've reskinned it. It looks really good. It's one of the few things that I'd probably be like, oh man, I wish I had a Switch for that one. So
yeah.
I'm going to kick my fan on here. Sorry about that.
No.
Doug's making it hot in here, everybody.
Woo! Yeah, it's that Calic.
That's funny. All right. And then you're right. We got some Hyrule Warriors, which they already had shown this off, if I remember right. This is in the Zelda universe, if I remember correctly.
This one's interesting to me because the way I look at it, it's almost like a comic book, the graphic style.
Yeah, what do they call those? Visual novels. I think they call them. Yeah.
But as I'm looking through the video, that's what it appears to be.
It does. I think it's more action. Like it's it kind of reminds me of Dynasty Warriors. You ever play those button mashers where you have you versus
you got to parry and do all that stuff.
Yeah, and you have like a billion dudes surrounding you, and you just got to smash your buttons. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I'm not a huge Dynasty Warrior fan. I know there's a cult following out there. More power to you. I don't know. I never really get into it. I like the art style though.
Yeah, it's
very cartoony. Keeping that from Breath of the Wild and all that. So looks good, not bad. All right, what else we have? Apex, which it's a huge online.
I played it a little bit. I never got into it. It was too. It's
twitchy?
Like adult. I don't know if this is right, but adult Fortnite.
No, that makes total sense. It does. My son plays Valorant, which
not that you're building stuff, but yeah.
It has some Overwatch vibes to me a little bit because Overwatch is meant to be kind of cartoony. So I don't know. It looks like it'd be fun to play for a little bit, but I'm with you. It has some very Fortnite-y feel to it. So, all All right, what else we got here? Oh, dude, I love me some Persona. I know these are, if y'all haven't played, these are weird games. I mean, we're talking about, this is the one we talked about where there was a devil sitting on a toilet, and whenever he attacks you, he strains like he's pooping.
That is weird.
I think that was Persona 5.
I've never played these. Yeah.
Dude, my friend, actually, we had him on the podcast, Alex Bond. Remember when we did the Star Citizen?
Star Citizen, yep. Mm-hmm.
So he got me into these, and I was playing on PSP at the time, and he said, dude, you got to play this. And so I got one of these, and they're the weirdest games you'll ever play, but they're so good, though, believe it or not. It's like, this is not my style. But they're great games. They really are. And they're really open world. You can sink tons of time into them. And the combat system's really, really good. I personally am a Persona fan, but I'll be the first to admit they're freaky weird, man. The bosses
look weird.
They really do. It's like full-on Japanese weirdness in it. But it's really good, though. I mean it. And these aren't my speed of games, but they are awesome. So the stuff you see in these games is just nuts.
It is nuts.
Plants vs. Zombies. You ever play this?
Oh, yeah, way back. While you're talking about that, I'll see when it came out.
Yeah, so with Plants vs. Zombies, this is like a staple in a franchise. And they actually show them playing it like meta in-game on an old CRT. But then, of course, it gets hit. And they've reskinned it. And it looks really, really good if I jump ahead here. I mean, look at that. Does. Very cartoony.
Yeah, so way back in 2009, it came out for Windows and Mac OS.
It's been a minute. So it's very like tower defense-y, right?
Like, it is.
Yeah.
And it's more of a, tower defense, get like curves and lines and stuff. Yeah, I think this is all line straight. Yeah.
This be fun. I haven't picked this up in a long time. They have local co-op. I love when games are doing local co-op nowadays. You know? That's awesome. All right, what else we got? Katamari Docracy. Did you ever play Katamari?
I think I played it, and I may have to fact check myself on the Dreamcast.
You might have. You might. It was known on PlayStation for sure, but like PS2 is what I remember it.
Okay.
But it very well could have been ported to the Dreamcast. I played a little. I also played on PSP, but it's also, you speak about like weird Japanese games. This is one of them. Essentially, you're just rolling a ball of junk as much as you can into this massive sphere, and it's a weird game, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. I'm not finding it for Dreamcasts, but I know I played it. It was probably around the same time.
It was very popular. You probably played it on the PS2, I would assume.
Yeah.
So, but no, it's a fun game. So it's kind of cool that it's coming. Everybody loves Monster Hunter. That's no surprise. It's coming to the Switch. That's one. I like Monster Hunter. It's fun, but I don't know. To me, it gets a bit repetitive. Although this version, I will say, looks like it has its own like graphical style to it. It doesn't quite look like the standard Monster. A little bit more cartoony, cel shaded. So maybe it's different. Don't know.
It looks good. I think that's about it for that.
Is that it? That's good. And I think like the last part of this, what Doug was hinting at, which is the other article that he found here, it basically states that starting August 3rd, Nintendo is increasing the price of the original Switch. Now, this is Switch 1, Switch Lite, Switch OLED, and the select accessories and amiibos, those little statues, by $30 to $50 in the US and $20 to $40 in Canada. These hikes are a response to a new US tariff and imports from Vietnam and other countries. Importantly, the new launched Switch 2 remains unchanged for now, and Nintendo says that future adjustments for the Switch 2 may be possible. Dude, what are your thoughts on this? I want to hear them.
I mean, why, I guess, because it's an aging system, unless they're still manufacturing them. Why aren't you trying to just sell all your backstock? And
I agree. Do you think it's just politics?
Your production? Yeah.
Do you think it's just politics, man?
It might be, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it's retaliation. It says that in the article. It talks about that. But you're right. Your older system? That's as weird as like Microsoft doing what they did to Xbox so many months back. We're like, yep, we're increasing the price of this system that's been out forever.
Yeah.
What?
Like, what are you doing? So Walmart right now, I'm just picking Walmart, but $4.99 Switch 2, looking at $3.99 for the most expensive Switch 1.
Oh, wow.
And then I don't think they're doing backwards compatibility.
Oh, wow. For which one?
Well, they won't. Absolutely.
No, for Switch 1.
Switch 2 doesn't work on Switch 1. So
that's correct. But
you might as well spend a couple extra $100 and
get the 2.
Get the 2, yeah.
And we were talking about this the other night. The biggest benefit a lot of people have found is that while the Switch 2 new game library isn't very expansive, it can play all the Switch ones for the most part, and they run faster.
So you might as well get Switch 2.
Faster load times, so there's a benefit to it.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Took up a lot of nerd news a lot of Nintendo news this week. This next one is very interesting. You want to take this one?
Yeah, it is interesting. So we talked earlier about the Asus ROG Xbox Ally, very long name anyway. It's going to be releasing in August, but now it's going to be releasing with higher prices, probably due to tariffs. As we look down in the article, they're estimating it's going to be maybe about $690, $700. And then it's going up to, that's what it was estimated at. Now it's going to go up to $1,030, if I'm reading that right.
Is that what that says?
Oh, I'm sorry. So the Xbox Ally is $690, and the bigger, more performance version is $1,030. Yep,
$1,030. You got it. Yep, you were spot on. I'll be honest with you. For the lower tier model, $690 is not bad. I was expecting 800 and 1,000. That's what I was expecting. Now these are leaked, so these are not official. I don't think.
No, I think these are kind of guesstimates.
Yeah. Now it does say that the pre-orders are said to open up at Gamescom on August 20th, which we're now in the month of August, with the general release date expected around October 2025. The hybrid handhelds will compete with the Steam Deck and Steam 2, offering Game Pass, Steam, and full Windows experience. You know, I'm intrigued by these. The verdict's out. I want to see how well they run. I want to see benchmarks. You know me. It's an OS thing for me.
Yeah.
If it runs well, and given you love your device, it runs great, but it's the battery, right? I mean, the
battery is it. You know, you think of a traditional console, you're never worried about the battery. Obviously, it's plugged in. So you got to worry about this. And then you got to worry about heat. You got to worry about how hot is that thing going to get in your hands? You know, you play some top tier games, Call of Duty, Madden, whatever. Yeah.
Does your I can't remember. Does your ROG have the hand holds like this one does on the side?
It does not. It's more formed
like the Steam Deck.
Like a Steam Deck, yeah.
Okay. I like that design that they did on this one. I love those handle grips, and I would love to feel one to see what it's like, because I think that would be very comfortable. And the only thing I have to compare it to is my PlayStation Portal. Is basically, and it's so comfy. So I hope when they do a Steam Deck 2, they do that similar form factor design. So, and I had sent you, it's not official nerd news because it's just rumors. I sent Doug, there are rumors, okay? And that there's a Steam Deck 2 in development.
Yeah.
And not only that, there's back room conversations between Valve and Sony about a partnership. Now, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what, but I don't know. It makes me definitely want to hold out for a Steam Deck, though. So I'm kind of excited about it.
Oh, we'll see. That'll be good.
Anyway, we'll check these out. I'm sure we'll talk more about this when the ROG comes out, and we'll talk about its, performance. So, would you upgrade to one of these? You own a ROG right now. You have the non-extreme chip version.
Yeah, so. I don't have the X. I have the just ROG Ally. It works great. Battery life is kind of terrible. I get maybe 2 hours on a full charge for a full game. I know it's different. And the other thing is, if I don't have it plugged in, it's bogged down. So it's not running at full frames per second and everything.
Are you serious?
And I've tweaked the settings, and I don't know. I've read other people having the same issue.
What games are you? What are your top 2 or 3 games you're playing on a regular basis? Would you say that?
I put Starfield on there, and it runs good, about 40 frames per second. But
it's not bad.
It's not bad. Definitely hogs the battery. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, because it's a AAA title. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Oof. Yikes. I go back to what I said, man. Steam OS is where it's at, in my opinion, until Microsoft really makes some moves. So we'll see what they do. But it'll be interesting. All right. Next one on the list is a weird one. I added it for our tech news here. Have you ever heard of the tea app?
I have not.
First of all, you and I are a little bit older. Do you know what spilling the tea means?
Absolutely.
So it means gossiping, right?
Yep.
Well, the tea app is a dating style social network in which it enables women to anonymously report and share experiences about men. And think of it this way: it's kind of like a Yelp review of men,
Yeah.
but part of what this app did, they had the users scan and put their driver's license into the app. Well, unfortunately, they stored it in an unencrypted cloud space, and it has suffered 2 separate hacks. And these breaches exposed sensitive data, including driver's license, direct messages, selfies, and more, contradicting the T's image as a safe place to spill. That's their logo, and or their slogan. But the crazy thing about this is that when this leaked, one of the hackers took all of the data and they made a map of the US and they posted it on 4chan, which, if you don't know what 4chan is, it's a forum that's just like a cesspool for hate and stuff, but hackers use it because it's all anonymous. QAnon and all that garbage is out there. But what they did was they posted this map on it, and you could literally map of the US. It had all these pinpoints, and if you zoomed in on a pinpoint and clicked the pinpoint, it showed the user's driver's license, their selfies, all their data. You can even type in, it was searchable, type in a zip code near you, and you can see all the women in your area that have used it, their driver's license. Dude, what do you think about this, man?
Scary stuff. That's the worry for everybody is online data protection. And, not to go on a soapbox, but 2-factor authentication. Now, this, you can't help it because it's the company's fault. It's their back end.
They didn't encrypt it. Yeah.
But you just got to be careful out there. As far as the app goes, I mean, girls are going to gossip anyway. Guys are going to gossip. I'm not being sexist or anything. No. But to have an app for it is interesting. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Glad I'm not young. I feel bad for young people having to date nowadays.
Yeah,
seems complicated more than it's ever been.
Love my wife, but if we ever separated or somebody died or something, I don't know how to date. I would just be alone. Probably.
I would just paint my D&D miniatures and collect comic books and be a recluse nerd.
Yeah.
All right, this next one I put in for you just because I thought it was fun. I'll let you kind of read it and see if you get a feel for it. I don't know if you got it. I put it in late last night, so I didn't know get read it.
I did get a chance to scroll it this morning. It looks awesome. So
it looks cool.
This is a dock that transforms your Mac Mini into a retro classic Mac. So it looks amazing. It's still got some ports up there. Your little Mac Mini fits into the bottom of it.
Yep.
I actually like that. That looks really cool.
It is so cool. It is so cool. Like our friends at the 9 to Mac had this. I put this in here because you and I were just talking about this. The Mac Mini is so tiny anyway, and he's showcasing all the ports on it. I love the aesthetic. They're showing it apart. Yeah. You just slide that back. Boy, I'm getting to these pictures. What's cool? It's got a little monitor in it. See that?
It is really cool.
It's so cool. It reminds me of the first gen Macintoshes that we would see in school. It says here that it's got a 5-inch IPS display. Now that's kind of small in my opinion, but it's got SSD expansion up to 8 terabytes. You can do for the SSD expansion, HDMI in, USB A and C ports, micro SD reader, analog audio output. The smaller version supports 10 gigabits per second. For the networking, and higher end model can do a DisplayPort 2.1, which it can do 8K at 60 frames and an 80 gig transfer. So it's a pretty decent dock, honestly, as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you see, I think it's cute and neat. Do you see a need for it? What are your thoughts on this?
I'm looking at the price down here. The 10 gigabit per second model is 169, I think. Early bird special is 99. The 80 gigabit is 189 with the final price of 389. So with that being said, I think that's right around the price of a nice docking station.
It is. So that's what you're paying for. Let's be honest.
And I'm kind of, what I'm trying to say is monitors. I'm kind of using dual monitors for purposes. So what I would do is still have your big monitor, and then you could throw something down on this 5-inch screen, like a music player or a Discord chat or something. So it would be really good.
If that's an M4 Mac Mini, isn't that be a bit overkill for your point? You're right. That screen, you're better off just to have something small, but that's more like a Raspberry Pi you'd want in that. Right.
Well, yeah. And I wonder if it would work with it. I'm sure it would.
Well, you know what? I've seen there's some really good 3D print designs
Mm-hmm.
that people will do for Raspberry Pi, but also for Mac Mini. So if you didn't need all the ports that are expanded on it, you could just 3D print your own, get a screen, and make something like this.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. What you're paying for is the dock. That's really what it boils down to.
It's just a glorified docking station.
Yeah. Now, what they did point out is with Macs, they do have screen mirroring, screen sharing that's wireless. So what you could do is if you had a large monitor in front of you, this could be your daily driver. Like Doug said, you'd have it on your desk. That would be screen number one. And then the Mac Mini you would cast to your bigger screen. So then you do all your productivity work on the one screen. And then maybe, like he said, music videos or whatever, or movies down on the little screen.
Just something you don't have to really focus on.
And the Mac Mini would drive all of it, So that is probably the best way to use it. Anyway, I thought it was a cool little concept.
That was really cool. Thanks for sharing that.
All right. Next one.
Now, you threw this up here is very interesting. The question is Apple getting ready to launch a PlayStation Xbox competitor?
Rumors.
And man, that is a good question. You got to think that Apple has a really good line with their hardware, but financially speaking, maybe they're kind of plateauing out. Like, we sell all these products every year. We're making the same money, which is really good. We need to diversify and increase that bottom line, if I'm saying the right financial terms. So looking at this, maybe they're looking into getting into other things such as gaming and stuff. I don't know your thoughts about that.
Yeah, honestly, to clear up, the rumors are that and this place is reporting that they're likely to release an updated Apple TV with powerful hardware enough for AAA gaming, potentially using the A18 and A19 chipset, or even the M1 or M2. Wow, if they put an M1 or M2 inside of an Apple TV, that's funny. And Wi-Fi 7 support. It says the move would position Apple TV as a direct competitor to PlayStation, Xbox, building on Apple's growing commitment to AAA on silicon. So here's my thing. It's about the game library. I mean, Apple, or it's just about any software library. Apple dominates and does a good job with their experience with phones because they did the App Store better than others initially. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe the same is true for consoles. It really is about sometimes exclusives if you look at Nintendo, but it's about if they do this, look, even now you can use your Apple TV to use the Steam. You can stream from your Steam, get to your Steam library. I think you can also do Xbox Game Pass on it, maybe.
That'd be big.
I know you can do like PlayStation streaming, so you already can do that. And then you have Apple's Arcade. I've not messed with Apple's Arcade, but just a little bit. Have you messed with it?
Yeah, I'm currently on my free subscription for buying hardware.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. I mean, the only thing I've been playing is the Balatro card game.
Yeah, that's fun.
Really awesome. Otherwise, I mean, there's no real big titles in there that excite me too much.
Yeah, they're very casual, I would say, and it's cool. But I guess to me, whether they live and die is going to determine on what partnerships they make, what games are going to be available on it, and are they making it a appealing alternative to all the options that are out there? That's going to be the big thing. So that's my take. So we'll see. I don't know if it's going to fly or not, but we'll find out. We'll find out. I know they do keep trying to push more and more gaming in those conferences, that they've had.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, this last one is near and dear to your heart, and I picked it for you in that there's been this trend with massive install, like Call of Duty. Wasn't that like 180 gig or something crazy?
Yeah, it got up there crazy.
Well, according to this, it says that EA is bucking the trend of triple-digit installs, and they've confirmed that Battlefield 6's file size can be as low as 55 gig. So you will be able to pick and choose which components of the game you want to install so you can control your storage. What are your thoughts on? I know you're excited about Battlefield. What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts are kind of worried, because is it such a small file that you're going to have to pull all your assets from the online connection and kind of slow down your gameplay? You tell me if that's...
I doubt that's what they're doing.
Okay. That would be my concern just as a non-IT guy. Yeah. But otherwise, I think it's great because I just looked it up. 300 gigabytes for Warzone Call of Duty,
dude.
and the Modern Warfare, depending on what you have installed.
I was way off. I said like 180, 300.
Yeah, I just looked it up. 300 gigs if you have like the 3 different versions.
That's insanity.
And you think about people with consoles, usually a terabyte is standard nowadays.
Yeah, if you buy
so,
it.
I mean, 300 gigs for one game? My goodness.
I know. Well, so what it says, they have a base package, which is likely 55, and it says that they're suggesting doing the 80 gig route is required for storage base that has any plus content, additional components. So to me, you know how the game has modules. Let's say you only do Battle Royale, or you only do like certain game types. Let's say you never play any of like the domination where you take over the map. I think what this means is you can pick which one of those components that you don't play and just not install it, which I think is cool. So I don't think it's that they're going to not give you all the assets. I think it's game types, maps that you may not play. That's what I think they're going to do.
Okay.
So they would never make it to where it downloads, while you're playing or anything like that. This is more about, I think they're letting you choose what elements of the game do you want to play. Now, what I do like about this, imagine a scenario in which you had a story-driven game and it also has multiplayer. You're not going to do multiplayer. You only want to do the story. Like Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty has a story in it, right?
It does.
Okay.
Well, the old ones did. I don't know about the new ones.
I haven't played the new one, so
I haven't either. So I can't say.
But if you wanted to just play through, I'll give you an example. Gears of War is about to get re-released. It had a great story, but it also had great multiplayer. If you decide, you know what, I'm not going to do multiplayer yet, I just want to plow through the story, only install that, versus I'm just going to do multiplayer. Don't install any of the story. Now, I don't know how that impacts storage, but I don't know. I'm hoping this starts a new trend because I'm sorry, that bloat of 300 gig, that's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And it points out that Battlefield 6 is currently available for pre-order on Steam, and it's not slated to launch until October 10th. And the 2 beta weekends. You were talking about that.
Yep. I've got 2 beta weekends coming up to really give it a test. I've been watching a lot. I follow Stone Mountain 64, I think, and then I follow another guy. I can't think of his name at the moment, but they're giving very good coverage. They've got the pre-alpha, maybe pre-beta that they're playing right now.
Cool. Looks like August.
Jack Frags, he's a British fellow.
Oh, he's great. I like him a lot.
So, and he's been following Battlefield for a long time.
And it's August 9th through 10th and August 14th through 17th. If you want to check it out, I want to try it.
I've already pre-ordered, so come and join me.
I know you were on. I'm going to. I just have to decide what platform I want to buy it on.
I got it on Steam, hopefully to do it on multiple different devices.
Yeah, that's a good idea because you can play it on your ROG for 30 minutes.
For 30 minutes, not even a full game.
Sorry, I had to bust.
I'll plug it in and it'll be hot.
Oh, that's awesome. Sorry, I like teasing Doug. It's fun.
It's okay.
You know, I won't get much more on my Steam Deck if it makes you any happier.
Steam Deck too. If it runs Battlefield 6, I'll be great.
I'm sure it will. It will be medium to low settings, but that's the case for all of them. I just think even with the extremes.
I understand that.
Yeah. All right. So for today's central topic, it's August, right? So that means the dreaded back to school, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we just had a tax-free holiday in the state of Missouri. So get all your school supplies, tech supplies, all tax-free.
That's right. And so that's kind of what we're going to be diving into very briefly here for our main topic. Is just if you got people in your life that are getting ready to go back to school, what are the technology and the cool things that you need to consider? Some may not be tech, but mostly tech is what we're going to lean into. What are the things that you need to consider for going back to school?
Yeah. I found a really good article from LifeWire, so kudos to them. And it covers elementary school all the way up to graduate school. You think about kids in elementary school don't need technology, but the more and more that we advance in like IT for little kids, the more it's going to a younger age.
Yeah.
We're looking at Chromebooks. I think schools now give everybody Chromebooks. Back in the day,
most do.
That wasn't an option for us. And then tablets, the kids can learn at home and do some stuff.
Yeah. And there's some good alternatives for kids. The Amazon Fire tablet, man, it's Android based.
They make them tough too.
Dude, they do. They wrap them in like this Nerf silicone
It's crazy.
type foam, and it's awesome, and it's very kid friendly. They have really dialed in the interface, so it's very easy for them to use. So and it's cost efficient. You know how tough kids are on stuff, and pretty much any educational software or books you want, you can get on it, dude. If you have a kid, honestly, I don't think I would do an iPad, like an iPad, maybe an iPad Mini, but I'd probably do one of these just because they're just tough. They're cheap. They get the job done, so they're great. And then, of course, Chromebooks you can never go wrong with because you don't have to worry about viruses or anything. I love Chromebooks personally. I think they're wonderful, especially for people who are non-technical and don't want to worry about viruses or installing stuff. And you just want to cruise the internet and print. And they're great for that. So, let's see here.
Yeah, going down to middle school, things are a little more advanced. We're going to have some bigger reports and stuff. So they're looking at like a flagship Chromebook, a little bit more power, a little bit more flexibility. Getting some wireless mouses, teenagers and preteens take care of their stuff a little bit more.
They do. And this is in cases where some school districts do not provide a Chromebook. They'll either give a stipend or they just recommend that you get a Chromebook. So you may not be buying one if your school provides it like ours do. However, I do know, having kids that's gone through middle school, he's spot on with what he said. Oftentimes they may want to have their own wireless mouse to go with that Chromebook. That's nice. And or earbuds is huge because they're oftentimes taking tests, don't want to disturb others. I love that they called out these Skull Candy Smoking Buds wireless. I've owned some Skull Candies in my day.
And they've been pretty good, I think.
Yeah, and these are wireless ones. I've always had wired. They're pretty nice. They're
very nice.
And they're cost of $18. But they sound great. I can tell you, like, I've owned some Skull Candies, and dude, they're nice. They're nice. So that's actually a really great suggestion on their part. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, going down, I got some e-readers and stuff for literature assignments, reading books.
Yep, those are great.
One thing I don't really see is flash drives. Flash drives are super important.
Not really anymore.
Not anymore. Okay, no.
Old man coming through.
Old man here with flash drive.
You don't need them, so they don't turn in papers anymore.
Okay.
Predominantly, at least in public schools, they've shifted over to using the Google Cloud. So you know that. You and I use that for the podcast.
Yeah.
So all papers are done through Google Classroom, which is all driven by Google Docs, Google Sheets. There's no more putting files on thumb drives and handing them in to teachers anymore. So there really isn't a need for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, times are changing.
Sorry to call you out on that, but
no, now I'm the old man.
Yeah, old man walking. You better get your thumb drives, kids.
Right. See, that's a way back. I had like 10 thumb drives back in the day.
You don't need that, man. It's all in the cloud now.
Nice. And then, of course, we get to high school. Now we're doing a lot more stuff. Maybe we're in a robotics class. Maybe we're doing some stuff outside school. Then you get into an actual laptop, maybe some iPads.
Yep.
Power banks.
Keep
your phone charged. Keep your stuff charged. Yeah.
A little bit nicer earbuds. It's cool. They had a cool like desk lamp with that has wireless charging, USB. That's cool. It's interesting is that gaming PCs are also, now I know that's not intrinsically a part of school, but if you're gonna get them and they like to game, you can do a gaming PC. And the thing is, I'm not an expert. A lot of kids now are not like, it isn't full-blown AAA titles like Doug and I were just talking about. When I say AAA, I'm talking the expensive like Grand Theft Autos and that kind of stuff. It is Roblox, Fortnite, Minecraft, all of those, right? I mean, Valorant, like somebody said, like, and those don't require beefy systems by any means. And I know like Walmart and places like that actually sell budget-friendly gaming systems that would work really, really well. So something to keep in mind if your kid says that they want to get into it. And oftentimes you can upgrade those, like Doug's learned with PC. If you get a baseline PC, you can just upgrade them. So, and they can use it for school.
Very good. And then college. Now college looks to be, we're more mobile. We need to be on the go. We need to be class to class to class. We're not really sitting around. So we got a lot of mobile options here. Kind of fold out keyboards, small monitors.
Yep.
Noise canceling headphones. You're sitting in a cafe or in the quad or something. I sound old.
That's okay.
But yeah.
Let me ask you this. So you have your iPad and you're huge into like using the pencil, taking notes, especially for like all your, what's one thing they didn't have note taking was only on paper when I got, dude, I would have killed to have been able to have an iPad where I could take notes like you can. Like, would you have used that? I mean, I know I would have.
Oh, absolutely. And my thought on a notepad versus an iPad is your notes are private. Your notes are locked behind your pen, and people don't really think about that. So a notepad, if you have it set out, not that you're writing secret notes, but it's open for everybody to look at.
Yeah.
Now, my iPad I have right now, I take it to all my work meetings and stuff. I'm the nerd with the iPad. Everybody else has got a piece of paper, but I can turn that using AI into actual like Word document, and it's really nice.
They called out two things in this article that I think are very new that I've not seen mentioned before, and they're great suggestions. It says the tablet alternative. So if you're in a dorm and you have really small, tight space, dude, mini PCs. Like,
that is a great idea.
Dude, it's a great idea. And these things, I own one. It's got a Ryzen in it, it's a Haas. I mean, now this one's pretty pricey, but I mean, it's got Intel Core 7. It's basically almost equivalent to an i7. $900. But then they also have this monitor that they listed here. It's only $129 at Walmart, and you just send this. You can do some gaming on this thing too.
Well, and I like that form factor because you think of dorm rooms as being very, very small. So you don't want a big desktop or laptop to take up your tiny little desk.
Exactly. Yeah, this thing, it's got 32 gigs of RAM. I don't know, man. This mini PCs have come so far. Yeah. This is a great alternative that if you don't want to haul a laptop everywhere, like if you wanted to do just a tablet, like Doug was saying, with like just an iPad for when you're on the go, and then have this in your dorm room, it would take up so little space. This is a great alternative and suggestion. I'm glad they threw that in there. I hadn't honestly thought about it in the context of like college. So.
Well, the same can be said for a Mac Mini too.
Of course, that's just
especially if you have an iPad, iPhone, it'll sync right up to it.
Exactly. All right, so that does it for that list. Let's go ahead and look at the other ones that you found out here. See if there's anything we're missing. They actually had some pretty cool deals on some of these. Like they mentioned, like some chargers and stuff, right? Under $50. I like this. I'll let you run through some of those.
Yeah. Looking at the charger, like I just said, the going down in scale, not a lot of stuff on your desk, not a lot of stuff in your dorm room. Very nice. Got some briefcases going to class. Put all your tech and your electronics in it. Wireless earbuds, some different chargers going down the list.
The charger is a big deal. We've talked about that when we travel, right? If you get a beefy charger to have with, I mean, that's almost definite. Yeah.
One thing to say on this show, and you could maybe help me tech-wise, is all chargers are not the same. So you have different, is it wattage?
Yep.
Different watt chargers.
Yep.
I've had some chargers. I'm like, this thing takes 6 hours to charge. Then I've had some chargers where like, holy crap, my phone or my tech's at 100% already.
That's right. The higher the wattage, the better. You are going to spend a little bit more for it, but you're spot on. It'll charge faster, and it can charge more things. Yeah. So this 65 watt one here is not bad. But if you go back and look at our travel episode, we talked about travel tech. There's one unit that goes up to like
200.
200. Some of them go to higher than that.
Yeah.
But if you do that, you're talking full-on computer, laptop, phone, and it'll charge it like that because it's got the quick charging feature in it. So higher wattage is better.
Going down, we're looking at some really good deals on some wireless mouses. AirTags, you told me about AirTag. I purchased one. I love it. I have it in my backpack I take to work every day.
Dude, AirTags are great for college, elementary, high school. Because, dude, you're on the go, going to class. Like I told you, they sell, if you go on Amazon, they actually sell like things like they're soles of shoes for kids. And people
was just going to say that.
Yeah, exactly. They're putting AirTags in the soles of kids' shoes and then sending them to school. So
yeah, I was just gonna say, Skechers has a pair of shoes with an AirTag holder built inside of it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So that's a great ad on this list. And if you're in college, dude, throwing one in your backpack so if you forget it somewhere, because theft is a thing, and it's all. Funny story. I'll just keep names out of it, but some schools have kids, that are kleptomaniacs, meaning they just steal everything. My wife, who's a school teacher, had a kid who, know what he chose to steal? Her AirTag.
Well, at least you can find them.
I know, that's what was hilarious. Like the dude, it's like that's the equivalent of stealing like something that could just a tracker take you right. So we went right to we knew exactly where it was. It's hilarious. I don't even think he knew what it was. To be fair, he's a kid.
Yeah,
He thought it was a
Yep.
button probably, but anyway, I thought that was kind of funny.
I've got a show and tell now for this next one. I love little mini keyboards. So I've got this Razer mini keyboard.
Yep, I have the same
You can
one.
hear some crunchy crunch on it.
Yep.
Looking at this Logitech mini keys, I have a Logitech keyboard right now, full size. I guess I can. There you
So
go.
your mini keyboard wasn't your main?
It was my main, but I like the number pad.
That makes sense.
I'm kind of old school, and the number pad, I had to have one.
Yeah,
So.
I've gotten used to not having a number pad.
I need to get used to that, and it'd be a small form factor.
I'm rocking the same mini Huntsman keyboard by Razer, but it's because
That's what I got.
Yeah, it's real estate on the desk. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah.
Now, if I had a massive desk, dude, full size keyboard all the way, but I've gotten used to touch typing on the smaller one, so I'm getting there.
I'm a great chicken pecker. Chicken peck all those keys.
Do you think it's interesting on this list? I thought this is kind of interesting. They threw the Google Nest Hub, which you could probably even say Alexa, and the Backbone controller, which you can use your phone for video gaming. What do you think about that? I think that's kind of interesting.
I thought they were good. The Google Nest Hub did not get a lot of good reviews.
Yeah.
You have to have that little base.
Yep.
The Backbone, I tried one from your brother or you. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. It's cool. My issue is my phone got hecka hot.
Yes.
When using it. It worked great. I loved it. It was a good concept, but my phone got so hot.
Super
and I was just
hot,
a little nervous about
that.
That
is a good choice. It would be nice to have a smart... but you might be able to educate us here. Do smart devices work on like a school's Wi-Fi?
Only
the entire dorm?
So college, maybe. I can tell you at least public schools, no, they block it, like what you can join. College, maybe, but college, they may filter out those as well. So that's kind of be careful if you get like an Alexa, it may not work.
You may not be able to use it, yeah.
Yeah, because they filter what can be joined to the network and not, what kind of device type. So be cautious.
Yeah.
And then over $100. They've got the usual MacBook Air. Dude, look at that price. This is what you and I were talking about. You had friends who were looking at Mac options. This is the MacBook Air 13 2025 model, $799 at Amazon or Best Buy.
Yeah.
That's a great deal. Probably it's rocking the M4.
So, and I mean, that has got some power behind it.
Dude, it does. So that's a good deal. Then you got, of course, your Chromebooks, you got your AirPods. And then I do think it's funny. They threw in a bicycle helmet, which makes sense if you're biking across campus, if you're a college.
Yeah, I looked that up just a second ago. It's got really good reviews. It's got a super bright LED light on the front of it.
That's awesome.
And it's also Bluetooth enabled.
Wait. You can play music in it?
Yep.
That's badass. I like that. Actually, that's cool.
It also has a small remote. You can turn on turn signals.
Dude, I like that.
So that is pretty cool for those people that have to bike to work or bike to the campus.
In the city, too. Dude, I think that's a cool... I love it when they take, like, a product that's been around forever and they start infusing, like, new technologies in it to make it better. That's cool. I'm glad you like that. Absolutely. And then finally, last article we found here. What do we have in The Verge? What did it say? This right here is a great example of what Doug was talking about. This Anker station, it's 100 watt. And it has the flat plug, which I love. This bad boy would be great to keep in your backpack.
And I actually have something very similar to that. It's sitting behind my TV. Now, it's not that set up with the USB and the micro, but it's got normal plugs. I love it.
Yeah, this bad boy looks like it's got two USB-C and two USB-A. That's what it looks like. But that bad boy would charge quick. I love that they added these table lamps. If you don't know Govee, they're known for RGB, red, green, blue. That's like when you see things with all the RGB color, like Doug's computer. Govee's known for a lot of lamps and different decor, which people may want to decorate their dorm with.
Yep. Govee actually has, and I've got it on my list, I haven't pulled the trigger, Christmas lights that attach to the soffit of your house. And you can turn them on for 4th of July, whatever, but permanent Christmas lights you never have to take down.
I've seen that. There was a company called Trax with an X that would actually come and install them. Now, what they did, they actually would go into your attic and like they permanently mount these things and they're there year round. I don't know if the Govee ones you're looking at are that permanent.
They look like they have really good double-sided tape, like the 3M style tape.
Yeah, so like outdoor kind of style. Huh. I didn't know Gobi was making that. That's cool. All right, more earbuds.
Kind of the same stuff.
It looks like it.
Keurig.
Keurig's a great, and look how small that is.
Yep.
You could put that on your desk in your office, Doug.
Now, the only thing I worry about is you'd have to have a cup to transfer to your travel mug.
You would.
Because that's the situation I have now. I've got a nice Keurig single pot, and I have to use a little mug to transfer to my big mug.
So you brew it in your single and then pour it in. You know, that's a great point. And then you pour it into your, that's.
It does 6, 8, 10 ounce.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. But that's a good point, though. That's that. But if you're limited on space in like a dorm or an office or whatever,
drink a cup of coffee anyway.
Yeah, I think it'd be great to have on your desk though. If if you want to do that. My wife actually has one in her office at the school. She's able to make tea. She loves it, in the cooler months because it's right there. She doesn't have to get away from her kids and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then of course you have the Wonder Boom speakers. That's an interesting one too. Probably not so much for public school kids. Because they would be playing music, but it may be kind of nice to have a speaker whenever you're out and about or riding your bike with your cool little helmet. Who knows?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What else we got? Oh, there's Philips Hue. This is kind of cool because these are the ones that you can put like behind your television. Have you seen these?
I have. Yeah. And I've seen some. I don't know if this one does it, but it reacts to what's on your TV.
I like those. There's a really cool kit I saw. It's just like a box. And it's supposed to be like super sensitive in that, you're right. You watch a movie. If you watch one like Star Wars, when the lightsaber swings on the screen, you actually behind your TV, it's the same color as a lightsaber and it moves. It's more immersive. It's
really cool. Yeah.
It is pretty cool. Backpacks, of course, book lights, if you're into that sort of thing. TVs, you can get some, dude, have you seen how cheap TVs are getting? I was at Walmart. It was like a 70-inch TV for like,
I think I saw the same one. Yeah.
Like $100. No, I'm just joking. I don't remember what the 70
It was like 400 though.
Like crazy. Dude, really? Yeah.
Now, my old man story is I got a flat screen TV and I'm talking it's still that wide back in 15, 20 years ago, 32-inch flat screen for $900.
Dude, you want to know what I paid for my TV? You know I have big TVs. Doug got sick on one of my TVs playing Wolfenstein, but you don't want to know what I paid for my TVs back when they first released. It's sad. It's like, jeez. I know I walked past
almost a car payment.
I know. I walked past some of those. I'm like, geez, Louise, TVs are so cheap. Yeah, I know. Keyboards.
Now, this one, Keychron, they make some really good stuff. I wanted to own a Keychron keyboard, but
they make some good stuff. They're well known for it. Hey, there's a ROG.
Ooh. Let's see. The Zephyrus G14s are really good. They got some good stuff inside of them.
It's not bad. 1350. I bet that's got some decent specs on it. They don't really go into it, but I bet that has some decent specs on it. Cast iron skillet. That's a little weird. You be cooking in your dorm? What's going on here?
Or you're playing PUBG.
Maybe. I don't know why they threw that one on the list. I think that's why.
Everyone could use a good pan. That's what it starts with.
Well, you know what? It could be. Let's devil's advocate. When my oldest was in college, she had apartments.
Yeah.
Right. You can cook in them. Maybe that's what they're getting at here. I'm going to give them benefit of the doubt, but I'm going to go out to. I want to check out this ROG. I want to see what these prices are on this. So it's $1350. It's an AMD Ryzen 9. Ooh, dude, look, G4 5060. That's up.
Ooh,
that ain't bad.
That's not bad at all.
That ain't bad. It's a good looking machine.
It does look good.
All right. I was just really curious about like what they were throwing in it. And I'm sure you can upgrade the storage and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's a sharp looking laptop, actually. Pretty nice. You're right. Those are good. All right. That does it for the back to school. I know you say back to school, kids, teachers alike are like, don't say that. We're not ready. But dude, it's coming sooner than later. And I will tell you what, this is weird. I don't know about you. It's been a very rainy summer. I'm ready for cooler weather.
I am too.
I'm at that point. My yard, I don't know about your yard. My yard's been out of control this year.
Yes.
So I'm ready for it to like slow down growing. Let's get into some fall, y'all. And go from there.
You look at summer activities, and then you look at all the fall activities, bonfires, cookouts, fall festivals, stuff like that. I'm super excited.
Yeah, there's some fun stuff to do, so I'm excited. Yeah. But that does it for this episode. We want to thank everybody for joining us. As always, we're sticking with the format for now, but we're working on some pretty cool stuff that we're cooking. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some
Yeah.
time. Speaking of
Yeah.
fall, it's probably going to be more fall before we even get to some big projects that we're working on that you guys are going to get to experience, and lining up some interviews and that kind of stuff. Bring us home, Doug. What am I forgetting?
Yeah, thank you everybody for listening, watching. We're just sharing our passion with you, talking about tech, talking about cool stuff like that. Like you said, we do have some big projects coming up. Super excited to share that with you, but it's not ready yet. It's like Christmas. Don't take the present, put it back down. So
Patience.
patience. But
As
yeah,
Guns N' Roses
thank you
said,
all so much.
all you need is patience. Everybody, you take care of yourself. Have an awesome week and stay nerdy.
See ya.